Today's video has been sponsored by Bombas. So out of all the social medias that we test recipes from, I would say Twitter is the one we pull from least often. It's kind of just not really the space for it. It's mostly just a space for to spew their hate and suck off their cult leaders that we're now gonna have to deal with for the next couple years. But every once in a while, there is a recipe that comes along that just captivates all of Twitter and goes insanely viral. This time around, it's my girl Tiny and her holiday mac and cheese. Today, we together are gonna attempt to figure out what it is about this that has caused such a freaking stir. Over 40 million views worth of it, so let's get right into this one. I feel like we've tested hundreds of mac and cheeses on the channel, and this is one of the more perplexing ones. But before we begin our cheesy investigation, I gotta give a shout out to today's sponsor, Bombas. Just over a decade ago, the founders over at Bombas learned that socks are the #1 most requested item at homeless shelters. And since that day, they have not only set out to solve that problem, but also created the world's most comfortable sock in the process. And in this week's installment of my newest obsession, it is these, my new rag socks, which are made of premium materials. They're super soft and warm, and they have been a godsend this time of the year. Because sock season is officially upon us, and if you're the sock giver in your friend group or family, look no further than Bombas. Don't miss their new holiday drop, made from the plushiest, softest essentials yet. From their fuzzy socks and plush slippers to their gift boxes, which I am ecstatic to be in possession of, there's just about nobody who would be upset with a gift from Bombas this year. And as always, one item purchased means another one donated by Bombas, so you can feel great about your purchase in more ways than one. So click that link in the top line of the description or scan the QR code on screen now to head on over to bombas.com/David, and when you use my code David20 at checkout, new customers will get 20% off of their first purchase. But let's get this one started. In order to make Tiny's massively viral mac and cheese, I grabbed some flour, heavy cream, garlic powder, and cavatappi pasta, Colby Jack cheese and sharp cheddar, mozzarella, butter, evaporated milk, Dijon mustard, salt and pepper, smoked paprika, and some fresh chives from the very last bit of surviving 2024 garden. Rest in peace. So I did have a bit of an internal struggle when I was planning out this video. I almost made it one of the big versus episodes, and I just feel like I've done so many mac and cheese videos already. I've done 4 recipes in a video more than one time. But if my memory serves me right, I don't think any one singular mac and cheese recipe has ever gone this viral and has seemingly caused so much polarization. There were people fighting in the replies of that original tweet I've been showing you. There were thousands of quote tweets from people of different cultures and generations just clashing. You had people praising the recipe for its technical perfection and how it reminded them of their mom's recipe, or people just dunking on it. Is it because everyone is just at each other's throats all the time and willing to fight about anything these days? Potentially, but we're gonna try to figure all that out today. I shredded my 2.5 pounds of cheeses, I chopped my chives, I made my spice mix. I boiled off and then, against my better judgment, drained the pasta water. I mixed my 3 cheeses together and then gradually introduced half of the cheese into my roux. A few technical tips I've learned over the years is to keep your heat low so nothing scorches and the cheese doesn't split, to introduce it gradually. And if the cheese is still gloopy and snotty within your sauce, it's not ready. Nothing should be grossly hanging off the whisk, most importantly. That cheese is not fully melted yet, so let it do its thing. And then you just mix in your cavatappi pasta. You do 2 layers of both the pasta and the remaining shredded cheese, and then bake it off in a 350-degree oven until everything's melty, and give it a broil to get some crispy cheese on top too. I feel like I'm still missing something, like the root cause of all the hysteria around this, but maybe a taste test will make things a little bit more clearer. We've done a lot. One thing I didn't mention was the ratio of cheese to pasta here. It's on the higher end. It's 2.5 pounds of cheese to 1 pound of pasta. So take your supplements if you know what I mean. It's very good. It's very cheesy, obviously. I do like the blend of cheeses and flavors that are going on. It's got a nice contrast of the real creamy inside, the crispy cheese on top. I do love the chives. If I had to give my best guess, I would say that this probably caught Sony people's attention because it falls right in the middle of the real chefy, like fancy mac and cheeses and just a good homemade version. It's very attainable. All the ingredients are readily available. It's something you could do in an afternoon, but it still could be served in a restaurant without having a crazy garlic crusted toasted panko topping, or using more expensive cheeses like Parmesan or Gruyere. But I don't know. You guys let me know what you think is the reason for all the craziness. As far as my ranking, it'd probably fall within the 5 to top 10 range. I'd have to really go back and look through all the videos, but an interesting experiment nonetheless.
With the M without the AD. Flipping burgers and my money super lazy. Try and make a meal tonight, they ain't paying me. Try and supersize my life with my 18. Yeah, our style wasn't wavy, but we had a vision.